All right, Crossroads Sports, the weekend update. I'm your host, Brandon Reeve. Joined as always by my co-host, Jonathan Birdsong, JB. It's not a weekday Wednesday, but it is a weekend update. Emergency weekend update, somewhat, you could say,
Uh,
Jonathan has requested. So we're here. JB, what's on your mind, my man? We got
I'm,
a
I'm,
little bit of time.
oh man, we got a little bit of time. I just didn't think it was an emergency update, man. Nah, man, there's a couple of things we needed to mash out. It's March, and so you know what that means. March Madness. You know what that means. College basketball, and what I'm saying, this being a Circle City, this being this Crossroads Sports. I thought we had to just chime in a little bit more, a little bit heavy on some things, especially when I think 2 days ago. It might have been last night. But Purdue Boilermakers, they stamped their. They basically 2 times Big Ten champions. Hell, they was down there throwing confetti.
Back to back.
Right. Back to back Big Ten champions. Indiana State down in Terre Haute. Uh, they, you know what I'm saying, out of the, out of the doldrums of being the, what I'm saying, everybody's lap dogs. They are now the Missouri Valley, what I'm saying, regular season champions. They still got some work to do, right? A little bit of work to do, especially with some of those losses they took. Even though they won, they run the regular season title. Still got some work to do. But like, nah, man, and we got IU still struggling. We got Butler kind of on the bubble, trying to close out. You know what I'm saying, here locally. I thought, definitely we need to talk about hell. You know what, Brandon? Even I do believe Notre Dame got a win the last night, man. So a lot of these teams that were technically, kind of shell shocked by mid season are now, what I'm saying, kind of making, making some noise, making some relevance. It's kind of what you want to do anyway at this time. I
Hmm.
know, what I'm saying, a lot of teams go on these, what I'm saying, bad losing streaks. Okay, it's kind of include that the Hoosiers in this kind of, in part. But like, if you can go get hot at the right time, especially at the end, especially going into a conference tournament play, you know what I'm saying? So you get those chances, so you improve your chances to get into the tournament. So like, I just wanted to chime in on a couple of things surrounding that. I know, what I'm saying, hell y'all, tell y'all a little truth. We had a little half a damn 10-minute show before we even got out here talking about, their various NBA, NFL things, man. So, what I'm saying, we might want to share some of those. I thought we might want to share some of those as well. So whatever you want to talk about first, Brandon, so
Okay.
let's go.
Um, well, I want to talk about the Caitlin Clark effect, man. Caitlin
Oh man.
Clark going
Yeah.
WNBA draft. Ticket
Hotel business
prices have already went up 150% for
and
season
had
tickets.
and hotel business, you ought to be busy booked for next year too, man. With all the traffic that's gonna come that way, man. Nah, man, they look at her. They look at her not as an excellent basketball player. I think we are kind of all see that. Probably gonna be, I would think, a little bit of a slow bound. There's not gonna be no day on every come pull it up at half court. You know what I'm saying? And she doesn't necessarily, she wouldn't necessarily have a green light like that playing in WA, playing with the Fever, right?
Right.
But like, she's the next big superstar. Should definitely be, what I'm saying, a piece to the Fever success, kind of going forward. They got another dynamic player, man. How could you knock that if you're a town like Indianapolis that wants and needs another super, like it wants and needs another superstar. So they got a great commitment out of the kid Halliburton. The other kid, we guys remains to be seen as far as professional sports. The other kid, you know what I'm saying, Anthony Richardson, and this lady is destined to come to the Fever. I know that somebody's saying, hey man, the Fever already got to leave Boston. That's just another piece. You got to have you know what I'm saying, a five players, damn near to win a championship.
Right.
But like, nah, man, big news, big things are coming, and you know what I'm saying, how could you not be excited for her and the city and the city of Indianapolis as it pertains to the Fever?
Yeah. Looking forward to seeing how she does here. I'll actually get to a game then, probably, it sounds like, um, with the way she's
Clark effect. And
scoring like crazy.
she broke the all points.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
let's talk about that for a second. I mean, we can do real quick. It don't need to be about a minute, but
mhm.
a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's a female though, and it was a male that set the record." So female basketball people are like, "A female basketball is a little bit easier." I'm like, "Well, calm down. I think regardless if it's female or male basketball, breaking a scoring record, you still have to score the basketball,
Right. You-
and she's done that." So,
Right. You still have to recognize it.
mhm.
Um, that still don't mean, don't take nothing. Hey man, nobody ain't take nothing away from the greatness of Pete Maravich, man. Yeah, everybody seen them videos of what he did back in college. Everybody seen them videos of what he did playing for the Jazz and you know what I'm saying, in the NBA, man, incredible. Kevin Carter's just equally incredible, man. You know what I'm saying. But when people start doing this, you know what I'm saying, it's not for women. Oh man, that's this. We passed that, y'all. This is the new era of women's basketball sports. Period. Right? You know what I'm saying? Even in MMA and UFC, you know what I'm saying? This is
Right.
where they're at. There's big interest and it's big time money to come with it and bet everything. All those things kind of come with it, man. This is where we are right now. Remember the late Kobe Bryant said he was here because his daughters, you know what I'm saying, was playing basketball. He was like, man, he's here to grow the sport of basketball. You know what I'm saying, period. And like, you know, women are asking for more money from the TV people. Women are asking for more money from the NBA and all these, you know what I'm saying, ticket sales, and all those things. This is how it's happening, y'all.
Um,
You got Reggie 30.
what's going on?
Now I'm looking at the Reggie Miller in the background.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's right,
In the
right there, baby. Um, Tyrese Halliburton, John. Um, Tyrese, Friday night, 23 minutes, 0 from 7 from the field, 0 for 6 from 3,
yes.
0 points in a shellacking that the Pacers received. Tonight, currently in the third quarter, Tyrese Halliburton, 6 points, 3 of 10 shooting, 0 for 4 from 3. His plus minus is -7. We are in a valley current. I'll say valley right now with Tyrese Halliburton. Missed. I'll call him almost Mr. Tryhard. As much as Decot's called Mr. Tryhard with McConnell, I
Right.
think Tyrese is Mr. Tryhard on trying to do too much and not letting the game kind of flow as it can be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he just
He,
needs to
he's
relax.
playing with that. He's playing with that number. You know what I'm saying? That bonus number and you only got a certain you got a certain handful of games. You know what I'm saying? But Brand, I think that almost kind of takes the focus off of winning, man. The Pacers want to win before, and I get it, man. You know what I'm saying? He's looking at a pretty sizable bonus, man. But the Pacers want to win, and I'm assuming that when the Pacers win, you still get another like whatever money might be. But like yeah, he's kind of trying a little too hard, and they're looking at the miss. We didn't win wacky with the minutes restriction anyway. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
um, just right, just the person need to get back to thinking about winning, and things just kind of come organically. And like I said, they get back to their way. It's been up and down since All Star break anyway.
Yeah, it has. He's coming back from All Star break. 25 points, 17, 9, and then 17, and then 0, and then currently 6. Pacers down by 5 to the Spurs. Jonathan Birdsong was a huge back in the day,
Back
Best
in the
Buy
day.
days, huge Spurs guy back then. Huge Spurs guy.
Well, they on a tankathon down in San Antonio. They got the kid with Biana. Heck, they got a couple of saying the kid that used to play for Notre Dame, Blake Wesley.
Hmm.
He still plays for them, but like very young team. But they're good. You know what I'm saying? They're probably taking to get another number one draft pick this year. So
What I think is funny is I was driving home this afternoon from golf and I see a halftime score Celtics 82, Warriors 38 at
right,
halftime.
that's pretty bad, man.
I'm looking
Didn't
at the box score now. It's 140 to 88 was the final. And the top performer, you know how it shows you on ESPN the top performer and their stats. Top performer, 8 points, 8 rebounds, Trace Jackson Davis. That's when you know it's not a good day in the office for the Golden State
oh
Warriors.
man, you had to zing one down there in Bloomington, huh? No, man, it kind of makes Draymond Green's comments 2 weeks ago about the Warriors being able to beat anybody, anytime, anywhere. Like, man, yeah, but y'all can't even string together, saying 3 victories on,
John lost by 52.
You know what I'm saying? And then you lost by 52. So like, there was a resurgence in Jonathan Kuminga last couple games. Clay Thompson had, had come off, had come to
Trade
embrace
him.
his role. Well, it's straight to over, but like he had embraced his role as coming off the bench, and there was, there was a little bit of a streak there. I thought the streak got to 2 games, but you can't go on national TV and get rolled by who everybody says is going to be in the finals anyway, the Boston Celtics. So you
Mm-mm.
can't do that. You can't go on national TV and get rolled, man, because the Boston Celtics took that personal, and they showed you they was about that business. And Draymond Green didn't have a 2 minutes too much to say. Stat line, what he had 7 points, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I mean. 4 rebounds, something like that. But like, I don't know, man. Brandon Boston Celtics is pretty damn good. And that doesn't mean that the East is not necessarily winnable by the Pacers or a team like the Milwaukee Bucks. I think those all those teams should be thought of as in contention. But the
Right.
Boston Celtics are pretty darn good. If they can get health, if they can remain their health, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. They might zip tie a couple teams in the playoffs.
Yeah, Celtics right now plus 230 to win the title. Um, I was shocked. We got a 9:30 game tonight. Oklahoma City Thunder and the Phoenix Suns. No Devin Booker. Um, Thunder are actually 4.5 point favorites in this game at Phoenix. I was shocked.
Come on, man. That's
Um,
more shots for Grayson Allen.
I was shocked at that just because with Booker out. But even you look at the Suns, they've lost 3 of 5. They beat the Lakers and beat Houston.
Hmm.
Then they lost to Houston back to back. So interesting there. Thunder have won 4 of their last 5. They just lost to the Spurs. So they're rolling there.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
Lakers, John, the greatest.
LeBron James is great.
40
Hey man, this ain't been
40,000.
LeBron James is great. I don't want to hear it. I get it,
Say
man.
it.
I get it, man. The LeBron James they beat the one. What fool ass? Who's the? We got to find out. I'll go back to the Washington game, the Wizards game, where he had a crazy block. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He was dunking 3 points. LeBron James is incredible. But Brandon, find out for the podcast on Wednesday who's the agent for Kuzma and Poole. There is no way I would give them two fool asses 127
Austin
million.
Brown.
That's horrible. That's their agent?
Austin Brown of
Man,
Creative Artist Agency, CAA.
man, he must have a hypnotistic powers because they're terrible. But regardless of all that, man, LeBron James is incredible. Incredible basketball player, man. 40,000 points plus at 39 years old. Um, they need the now championship is a little far, you know what I'm saying, with this team anyway, it's a little kind of far back in the window. So they
They-
better hold up.
Same age.
They better hug that in season trophy hard this year.
They got
But
the same
LeBron James,
agent.
dude, I'm off there, man. LeBron James is incredible, man.
Yeah. Austin Brown is the same agent for Kuzma and Jordan Poole.
Yeah, I know he's a hypnotist. Hey, can we
Um,
stop? Can he get us some money?
I don't know. Lakers are 10th seed right now. Here's the thing. You see her Stephen A. Just
No, I
saying
don't. He's the actor.
he
I'm a real person.
Kobe statue comes out. Lakers get thumped. LeBron
Wait, yeah.
40,000. They get thumped. That they can't step up for big games. They can't do things for big games. And
You can't either.
I mean, here's this. Here's what kind of ruled me. The fact that I'm watching last night a little bit and I see Rich Paul and them say, and Wojnarowski says, well, it's not about where Bronny James is going to get drafted and what position. It's what's the best fit for him to be learning, to learn from him, to grow. Bullshit. You know what you're saying right there? The dude ain't good enough. They probably get drafted. He's going to be a free agent pickup if anybody.
Yeah, man. Like the more and more they kind of talk about it, the more and more spotlight's gonna come on. It comes on to it, man. The more and more people going to,
Hey, take it easy on his son. Come on.
you know, what I'm saying, the more and more people going to say, "Hey, man, he can't do this. Hey, man, he can't do that." If he can't necessarily dominate on a college basketball court, like, yeah, I'll be honest with you, man. From what I know about basketball, and it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows this, and what Brandon, you know what I'm saying, what Crossroads Sports knows about basketball and how all that kind of translate. Again, I think he's a professional basketball player, just not tomorrow.
2 more years. 2 more years.
Yeah.
And then maybe. Lakers have 4 straight home games, John. They actually, yeah, they've got the Thunder, the Kings, the Bucks, the T Wolves. Then they go to Sacramento and then home against the Warriors. So,
Hmm.
um, actually, they've got 8. 8 of the next 10 games are at home for the Lakers. So I'll let you talk real quick. I got to take this call.
Yeah, being unprofessional. Brandon Reeves out here being hey. So no, man, Crossroads Sports. We just on here talking basketball, talking NBA basketball specifically. Uh, I done got frozen since Brandon Reef didn't got off here. But happy Sunday. Welcome to Crossroads Sports Weekend Update. I'm Jonathan Birdsong. This is my basement. This is this is my basement show. Welcome back. I wish it was as interactive, but Brandon Reef is controlling the soundboard on that one. So I cannot see any comments or anything like that. Like I said, Reef controls that when he comes back. We'll mash all that out. Very unprofessional. He knew he was having a show. Y'all get on him next time y'all see him in the streets. Anyway, we got a huge week this week. Actually, we got a podcast on Wednesday. Y'all can check that out from 7 to 8:30 or so. And then me and Brandon Reef Crossroads Sports are going to be on Butler's campus again, talking to the youth, the next, the youth of America, who're gonna be out here podcasting and sports, telecasting all those things, man. So we'll get back. Brandon's back, so we'll get into all that here in a little bit. Hey man, I told him, next time they see you in the street, to get to chastise you for your unprofessionalism.
I mean, I wouldn't have taken the call, but it was work. Work
Where's
call.
Crossroads Sports?
I know, right? I wish. Working man, unfortunately. College basketball. The 26-time Big Ten champions, John. Purdue Boilermakers. Another championship last night was wrapped up. I said it was good to see. It was sweet. More work to do here in March for the Boilermakers. Shout out Brandon Brantley, friend of the program. Coach Painter, friend of the program. But yeah, I thought Purdue looked good. Lawyer looked finally started hitting some shots again. Braden Smith, I thought had a really good game, and Mason Gillis. I think Mason Gillis
Knocked out the big
and
guys.
Lance Jones will be the two X factors to possibly see how far Purdue can get, especially if they take away the guards, or in a game if they take away Edie in a game somehow.
Mhm.
Um, I think those are going to be two X factors to see how Purdue can go. I'm telling you, it's Final Four or bust, man. Nothing else is acceptable.
Not when you pour confetti on you after the Big Ten championship, man. It's a Final Four bust. This is correct.
You know what it meant more to me if they would have just the confetti and all that shit would have came down, and the kids would have just had the trophy. They just looked at it and they all walked back into the locker room. Now I
nah,
know they're not going to do it because the school won't let them because they have to make money and they
you
want to have a celebration.
you thinking of some daggone Clint Eastwood shit,
But
man.
think about it, man. Work to do. That's what I would have done.
Nah, man. They know they got work to do. I just hope they don't. I just hope that when they meet a team in the tournament that gives a little bit of a challenge, and or maybe like you said, takes away something that they are accustomed to having, that they are ready for the adjustment. This team is a veteran led team. They've been in this position before. You know what I'm saying? And it's now that's the time. Now is not the time. Not even the Big Ten tournament. Don't let up. You know what I'm saying? I know Illinois is out there making a little noise. If Illinois is running up, 100 points on boys. And I know who else is a little scared, maybe the Big Ten. That's kind of it, right? You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
There might be, but there might be a little magical run out of Iowa, might be a little magical run out of some Minnesota, one of those teams. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what the hell Indiana got? But as far as Purdue and they business, like man, they should hey man, lay it down. Go get you another Big Ten trophy, right? And still not be right, still not be satisfied. Like Brandon Reeves said, get to the Final Four, and win that. That would be incredible, right? But you have to be out incredibly, fortunate, and those matchups do count as well. By and large, Brandon, when I look at the scope of the lay of the land, who's really scary? I mean, there's some scary teams. Houston's a scary team, but it's kind of a bad matchup for them. They don't really have a matchup for Zach Edey. You know what I'm saying? But they got good guards. When I think about Arizona, well, Purdue beat Arizona, but that was early in the season. But I still would favor Purdue in a matchup against Arizona. Um, Duke, UNC, not necessarily, but again, they got guys on their teams that can get hot hands and can make things difficult for Purdue. Outside of that, I don't really see. I mean, no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not even Gonzaga. There's really no mid major. You know what I'm saying? Or even high major. I'm trying to think. Okay, maybe okay, another one. UConn. You know what I'm saying? Propose that, but there's really no mid major that can hang with Purdue. All right, so I think they kind of take that. take that kind of mentality, all those things. Not necessarily arrogant, but take that mentality. They are the saying top one of the top. I'm gonna say it's one of the top two teams period in the nation, and go out here and win this thing.
Let me ask you this: college basketball. Do you know who the coach is of Iowa State? Because I didn't.
My guy is actually up for he got a cruise long name. He's actually got he's up for should be coach of the year, or him and the kid from South Carolina.
TJ Otzelberger. And the
Yeah,
reason why I'm bringing them up, John, is the Iowa State Cyclones are 23-6, 12-4 in the Big 12,
yeah.
and they're sitting right now with a net 8. So Iowa State is hell of a season that they're having. Then you got Duke, Carolina, and then Creighton. I mentioned you off air. I thought Creighton should go to the Big 12 and leave
They
the
ain't got
Big
no football
East.
team. They football team get ate up, ate up in the Big 12. But yeah, that's geographically with them being in Nebraska does kind of make sense. But like especially in that basketball, being that basketball team, but like nah, they Big East, I guess.
Do you believe in Tennessee? Tennessee knocked off Alabama this past weekend.
Again, Tennessee is another team that can kind of score a whole lot of points on you. You know what I mean? They can get to the triple digits. The kid Dalton Connect then went from Mr. Mid Major to Mr. That. They got him number 7 in the lottery. Every what I'm saying, draft board I've been watching, pre-draft board got his Dalton Connect, going 7th or pick 10. So would you believe in them winning some games? With that coach with Barnes, uh not the final four. No, they'll find a way to lose it.
Their losses are not. I mean, they have a few bad. They have two bad losses. Texas A&M, they lost bad,
Uh-huh.
85-69.
Uh-huh.
They lost at Mississippi State by 5, and then but if you look at their other losses, they lost to South Carolina, who's ranked, so that's not a bad loss.
Right. Well, yeah.
Even though it was at home, but they lost to North Carolina. And that was in Maui. Or sorry, I'm sorry. They lost to North Carolina in the ACC SE Challenge. They lost
Mhm.
to Kansas in Maui, and they lost to Purdue in Maui. So that's not bad for Tennessee, for where they're at. So, um, but yeah, Houston, Purdue, Arizona, Connecticut, and Tennessee, your top 5 teams. And then Auburn at 6. If you look down the list, John, um, man, I don't know what we think of Kentucky. I really don't. They got a net of 20. They're 5-5 against quad 1 teams. I don't. Every time I start to reel in that they could do something, they go out and they get thumped or something. They just went and beat Arkansas. I mean, they're throwing up the points. My God, they beat Alabama 117-95. Then they threw up 91 against Mississippi State, and they just threw up 111 against Arkansas. College basketball.
I think it's kind of cool, man. It's kind of this year. Even though, like I said, I really think there's only really 3 that can win the tournament. There's some teams out here that stylistically that can put up, like I said, put up points. I mean, these kids still like these college coaches still demand defense. This ain't the NBA, y'all. This ain't Olay defense, y'all. You know what I'm saying? These still teams, playing zone or man to man. Most teams still. The teams still play defense. So it's like 100 points. I would say this: 100 points is earned in college basketball more so than it is in the NBA if comparatively. But like I thought you was gonna go. I mean, what you think about Kentucky? They came in, what I'm saying, late in the end of the season, man. I mean, I know Doc, it's Heckle and Jekyll.
I
Doc,
don't
you know what I'm saying?
know if I can trust them. I want to
Yeah,
trust them, but
you want to trust them. You know what I'm saying? The 2 guards they got, the Reed kid and what's the other kid? Really,
I think they
Dillinger.
want to get
Dillinger's
out of
kid.
it. They want to get out of that contract with Coach Cal.
Who? Nah, man. They like. There's nobody else coming. There would be a lot of the coaches that would want to take that job, and probably with what the NIL deals are now and what Kentucky can provide. Like you would think, you know what I'm saying? Did they? It's not like Brandon. If you pull, what are they? How many they losses they had? 8 this year.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little underwhelming for Kentucky considering the talent they have. They technically should be. with the talent they have, a 4-loss team, I would say, and be thinking like they should be living in a 2 seed world. I don't even know where they got them seeded at this year. Probably a 5, maybe a 6.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't what Calipari promised. He got two NBA level dudes. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be they're gonna be NBA, or maybe 3. Take that back. He got 2 or 3 NBA level dudes, man. That ain't what he promised. You know what I'm saying? He promised the Kentucky Blue Nation we get into the Final Four. You know what I'm saying? We get into all those things. And right now that team is playing just a little bit, like you said, too Jekyll and Hyde for you to trust.
Yep.
But
I want to shift over to the Horizon League, John.
we're gonna
Oakland,
be there.
Oakland just clinched the regular season title. They're going to be the 1 seed going into the tournament.
Hmm.
Your
They
team,
got a kid. I'm ready to look at. I'm kind of excited to look at up close and personal. I've seen a lot of tape on him. Trey Townsend. You know what I'm saying? He might got a shot next level, but he's meant to do everything for them.
you don't have to worry about seeing Mike Davis here. They didn't make the tournament. 1-19 overall in the conference. 1-30.
Mercy,
1-30 overall.
mercy, Detroit.
Uh, the
Detroit.
Jags 3-25. John.
It's a rough season, man. It's a rough season for the IUPUI Jaguars,
But yeah, so we got Oakland, Youngstown State, Wright State, Green Bay, then Northern Kentucky, Milwaukee, Purdue, Fort Wayne, and then Cleveland State. Those are going to be your 8 teams for the tournament. And remember, those games are hosted on site, and then the final 4 teams are hosted there at Farmers Coliseum there here in Indianapolis. That we'll be at for that. So more to come on that, but I did want to give some love to the Horizon League there. So they just finished the regular season, and their tournament bracket is set up. So I'm looking to see what else I have, John. Chris Mortensen passed away. ESPN NFL reporter. I know he's battling cancer and all this, and all, but sad report that we got this evening that he has passed away.
yeah, man. Again, like I said, man, when I clicked on, turning my computer on, it's one of them stuff. Like, man, there's no way. I thought it was in error, man. Not to be, too jokey about it, man. But like, it's just one of those fixtures that you kind of, whether it was, on broadcast or, here recently on Twitter, coming with that news, man, coming with that, hey, man, Brett Favre, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Uh, Patrick McHolmes, hey, man, there's a shift in power. Hey, man, George, George Seifert is stepping down, whatever. This is how long he been part of the football culture of professional football, man. So, definitely gonna be missed. Just another, I mean, in on all those regards, man. Like I said, he's that fixture. I mean, there's other faces we all know, but like he was one of the primary ones, man. You know what I'm saying? Coming with that news, man. And like I said, gonna be missed, man, for sure.
Um, we were remiss, I guess, if I didn't say anything about the Hoosiers getting their win today. They were down by a decent amount, and they came back in the second half from what it looked like. Got a win against Maryland.
Oh
That was
my
a dub.
goodness. And on the road,
Yeah.
man, man, you gonna have to give Mike Wilson an apology.
No, it's one fucking win.
You gotta give Mike Wilson an apology. But like, no, man,
Never.
I said, he said never. I said, if you know what I'm saying, if a team, can get on a hot streak, they're from IU's playing number Power 5 schools from here on out. So if they can get themselves in another game with Purdue, there you go, Brand. If they can get themselves into another game with Purdue, they can make the tournament.
It's gonna take a lot for them. Um, John, I'm watching on Apple TV the Patriots Dynasty. It's coming out like the Last Dance series.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, and it's coming out like the Last Dance. So many episodes, and you got to wait for the others.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good put together, kind of how they do it. And they go through the good and the bad, the Spygate, the Deflate Gate. They
Mm-hmm.
go all behind the scenes of Brady getting his ass ripped by Belichick. There's a lot. This past episode I just watched last night, we're caught up on. It's the Aaron Hernandez episode,
Wow.
and throughout that episode as well, Robert Kraft and his son, they threw Bill Belichick under the bus and then rolled it forward and backwards over him.
Really?
That they immediately wanted to get rid of Aaron Hernandez after this
Yes.
was going on. And
Uh-huh.
Belichick said, well, we need to let the law play out. And did not want to release him. And they demanded a release. And apparently, so much that as Hernandez was on the run and he was at the weight room working out, Robert Kraft goes into the weight room, goes up to him, and says, now, Aaron, I want to know if you killed this man, he goes, if you killed this guy, you've had to have some kind of good reason to do it. And I need you to let me know so I can get you the best defense attorney that I know. And he said, Aaron stopped, looked him straight in the eye, and said, no, I did not do it. And he said, that's when I figured out that I couldn't trust people and I got shamoozed.
That's great.
This documentary is nuts.
It already sounds like it, man. I might have to buy my Netflix subscription, man. It
Apple TV it's on.
Oh, Apple TV.
But
TV.
It's interesting and they don't hold back. Poor Brandon Lloyd. Let me read you a quote.
Good.
Let me find it because Dion Branch, who lives here in Carmel, Indiana, has a house here in Carmel, was on the team, and he was living across the street from Hernandez, and Belichick trusted him to keep an eye on him as best as he could, right? And Wes Welker is in the doc. I mean, there's everybody in this documentary. Matt Castle, when he took over for Brady during the injury, was in it. Brandon Lloyd comes on there and Welker, and he says, quote, Welker is looking at me wide-eyed, Brandon Lloyd recalled. And he says, I just want to warn you that because his locker was between Gronkowski's and Hernandez. And before that, it was Welker's locker that was between Hernandez and them. Because I want just to warn you that Hernandez is going to talk. He's going to talk about being bathed by his mother. He's going to have his genitalia out in front of you while sitting on on your stool. He's going to talk about gay sex. Just do your best to ignore it, even walk away. And they said that they called him Chico was his nickname. But the word was, after practice, never go out and never hang out in the evening with Chico. Dude, I watched the Aaron Hernandez documentary on Netflix. Some of this stuff I didn't even heard of before.
Aaron Hernandez is a dark individual. He's a dark individual, y'all. Dark individual, and he was masking as a football player.
Wow. I looked up his girlfriend because they had a baby together just about the time that he was arrested. She is dating some other guy now, and they have a baby. But after Hernandez died, maybe 6-7 months, she was dating Pouncey, one of the Pouncey brothers.
Oh, okay.
This documentary is interesting. Yeah. That Brandon Lloyd quote I thought was crazy. Brandon Lloyd's like the most Christian wide receiver and smooth talking, and this guy's like, and it looked like deer in the headlights. Like, and he didn't hold back. He told it. Welker was pissed off at him because he told Bill Belichick, he goes, "Why am I running this? Why am I not running punts back? I'm better than everybody out here." His rookie year saying this, he was calling out people. Brady told him to get off the field as he was acting like a clown, crying and bitching and all this stuff. And he got pissed, and Hernandez took a swing up at Brady.
And Urban Meyer had this on his campus.
You take a swing at it's interesting because they talk about Urban Meyer and Hernandez and how he went there, and there's a lot of stuff that got covered up there. And that's where Aaron's downfall was, because it's the first time that he could see a pro athlete has that power to where you can get in trouble, but not get in trouble. Because Florida had a guy that took care of it, made it go away.
A wolf.
So they say kind of Urban Meyer kind of helped enable that behavior in the documentary.
Damn, Urban.
Yeah. So if you get a chance to watch it, Apple TV, Patriots Dynasty, that was episode number 6. They come out, 2 episodes come out every Friday. So next Friday will be the next 2.
Yeah, man.
Um,
I had to get on top of that. I was late to the power on the Manziel. I finally watched Manziel
yeah,
Shay.
talk about that. I
Nah,
need
man,
I need to lose some weight.
don't start snorting
Strict
cocaine.
diet of blow for a month,
Don't
as
start snorting.
Manziel says.
Man, he was kind of a little bit apologetic in his time and tenure in what he did in NFL. Somewhat, he also threw some folks underneath the bus. I mean, once you tell on yourself though that you said you didn't rip through mushrooms and cocaine, you know what I'm saying? A coach or former players. What is that? You didn't already said what you didn't did, right?
Right?
So, you know, I don't know how Kevin Sullivan, former head coach of Texas. I don't know how he ever gets another. I don't know how he ever gets another head coaching job ever. He was a head coach at one of them daggone USFL teams.
That's Mike Tomlin's brother.
Man, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't got to do with that. The apple, that tree, that I ain't got to do with that. It didn't, you know what I'm saying? He know football, man, but he also know a whole lot of other things, according to Johnny Manziel. You know what I'm saying? But like, no, man, I thought the Manziel interview on Club Shay Shay was pretty cool. From a, information standpoint. He said he got money up front at College Station.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Big money. I ain't talking about no Matt Nova blue chip money. I'm talking about big money. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So I thought that was very interesting. Which I kind of want to ask you this, Brandon, as well, man. Because you were kind of around the NFL Combine. What you think about that kid's comments or any of some of these? Dude, this draft class this year, this is the draft class that don't want to. We're just gonna show up, let the tape. We're gonna let the tape do our
Divas.
work. We're gonna let the tape do our work for us. We're not gonna send all our medicals out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? What you think? What you think of? I'm not gonna. We're gonna pick on Caleb Williams because he's a perceived number one overall. How he's talking, Brandon. I'd be like, you know what, Brandon? I'd be like, man, we don't have to take him. That's what I would. If I was how he's talking, I'd be like, we don't have to take him
You see how I
because
looked? You look like a bum.
for somebody who just made $10 million from playing college football the last 2 seasons, man.
Hair was growing
For,
out,
for
beard was
one,
all
for one,
raggedy.
for one, he's come up with an attitude that he's already a millionaire, and I
Yeah,
get it, but you are already a millionaire. You already, you know what I'm saying. But the NFL is trying to give you some more money.
right.
So to say certain things like I'm not sending my medicals around,
Now
well, if they
I'm
want to
okay.
trade you, they're gonna send your medicals to
I agree.
Timbuktu.
I don't like the way he said it, but to be honest, if you're gonna be the number one pick, there's only really one team that needs to see your medicals.
The Chicago Bears, we don't have to take him.
They
We don't
don't
have.
have to. I
They
know
don't
they
have, they don't
don't.
have to take him, man. That
They're
is he.
going to.
He ain't generational. He's not generational talent, bro.
There's
I'm
nobody
sorry.
in this draft that's generational talent.
You
Sorry.
like you
I
like
know you're
Jaden
gonna say
Daniels
Marvin Harrison Jr., but
at that position.
no.
Her, what? You crazy, Brandon, bro? You gonna get canceled.
His dad will still be better than him at
You
the
gonna
end of
get.
his career.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think it's gonna be very close.
Who's throwing to him?
They're gonna figure out the NFL got whoever team he's going to is going to figure that out. Maybe get to Arizona. You said like last week you don't think he's gonna go. Arizona's picking four. They're not picking no quarterback.
No. I think he might go 3 even. I don't know. Hey, let me ask you this. I just saw this article.
No, Jaden Daniels going three.
Michigan's strength and conditioning basketball coach, he stopped working for the last 2 months,
It's
and
not good.
now he's resigned.
It's not good, Brandon.
Uh, Mr. Howard's going to be on his way out here soon, correct?
Yeah, it's not good, Brandon. It's not good. You got players transferring. Remember the
How'd that get
kid?
so bad so quick? And
I,
don't just say Hunter Dickinson. I mean, it has a little bit to do with it, but still.
okay, Dickerson transfers. Your both. Not only did your son he declared for the draft and like he was a pro player in the making, but like he's sitting at the bench. He's making he's for the Hawks. Is that we playing like average or the Magic 1.8 points per game?
Right.
He's got Stephen A. Smith stats. The other kid also turned pro that does play for Atlanta, and R.J. Davis. He had R.J. Davis on campus. So like, hey man, something about his culture is alienating the basketball players. He was a media darling hire. Nobody said he couldn't coach because he had coaching experience in the NBA, right? So we didn't say he
Right.
couldn't coach, but media darling hire. And I guess like it's hard. Everybody knows it's hard to win in Big Ten, and um, you know, his tempers flare. He's just, I mean, everything kind of comes in full circle now. Tempers flare on the sideline with coaches, and evidently he has an internal issue. You know what I'm saying? Where his son and a trainer, and then he got wind of it, and it just exacerbated it, man. So he's on his
Wow.
probably he's on his way out, and then losing season two, he's probably on his way out.
Yeah, it's just crazy looking at that. How quick the mighty have fallen from Michigan. Did anything at the combine impress you? Was there anything that stood out to
My
you? For
God,
me,
everybody's 40 times. It's incredible. These dudes are fast. But you know what I'm saying? We're not running straight lines, you know what I'm saying, on Sunday.
yeah, ask John Ross about that. He had the fastest until this guy, this new Xavier Worthy. Um,
That one fool ass said he didn't believe in space, outer space. I was like, man, there's no way I draft this dude. There's no way I stick a camera in front of his
sounds
face
like
every game.
Kyrie. Hey, I do want to talk about the free agency pool for the NFL because that's going to be starting up here soon, and there are a lot of big name free agent running backs um, going in, and also just in general free agents. Some of the top tens, John. Um, Chris Jones from the Chiefs,
Hmm.
Kirk Cousins, Josh Allen, Christian Wilkins, L'Jarius Sneed. That's Chiefs got two huge guys on defense. They may tag one of them, I would think.
Right.
Um, Antoine Winfield from the Bucks, Mike Evans, Michael Pittman, Tyron Smith, Saquon, Calvin Ridley. There is a ton. Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, Stephon Gilmore, Patrick Queen, your boy Jacoby Brissett. But no, Derrick Henry, Gabe Davis. There's a lot of free agents.
A lot of free agents. Running
And
back heavy too.
I'm curious where these running backs are going to be going to
Probably
because they're
Dallas. I would assume Dallas is gonna pick up one of these you know what I'm saying, these studs. You know what I'm saying? But who knows, man? I don't expect no mega contract for any of them. You know what I mean? I really don't.
yeah, your free agents: Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, Saquon, Tony Pollard, Austin Eckler, Alexander Madison, Gus
Saquon,
Edwards.
Saquon would get a long term contract, but he's not, his durability always comes into question. But he's a fantastic running back.
Yeah, market value
The
right
homie's
now,
getting
John.
tagged though.
Huh?
The homie from here is getting tagged. The wide out from, you know what I'm saying, he's getting tagged.
Pittman. So, what would you say with market value for Derrick Henry would be? Because I'm on this spot rack, where it gives me the contracts and stuff, and it gives
Ooh, I say,
me
man, he's fight, but like, man, with 1 year, mm,
1 year.
$5 million.
They got him at 10.3.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
That's a dinged up running back, y'all. I'm looking at Jonathan Birdsong's evaluations. That's a dinged up running back. You know what I mean? How much? $10 million? Man, come on now. You bet you get your edge rusher for $10 million.
I'm going down to Michael Pittman. I'm getting ready to get his market value for you. What will you
He
pit?
might,
What
he
would you
might
put
get it.
Pittman?
Pittman Jr. might get a contract. It ain't gonna. It can't be $17 million. He don't get in the end zone. I don't get in trouble, Brandon. Don't get me in trouble. This is a 317 type of show, and they like when you talk good about the coach, and I like the coach.
Calculated market value for him
$14 million. It's too much right there.
22.7 mil. The contract would be 4 years, 90 million. That would put him as the number 9th ranked wide receiver
All right,
at the wide receiver position, and the NFL ranked 43rd this year.
America. When y'all think about who is the ninth best top 10 wide receivers, do you think about that guy being playing for the Colts? Any way,
So,
shape, or form?
do you
No.
to match him up comparable? DK Metcalf is at 24 million. DJ Moore's at 20 million. AJ Brown's at 25 million, and Terry McLaurin's at 22.
So the market is overhyped. That's what you're telling me.
So
I
based on
feel like I feel like
calculated
the,
value,
I feel like some of those receivers get in the end zone a little bit. He got a lot. He gets a lot of yards though. He does eat up a lot of yards though. I can't take that. I will not take that away from him.
his stats are eerie similar to the stats when the contract came out for DJ Moore in 2020 for
Mm-hmm.
his 4-year deal.
$90 million. The coach was signing, but then they got to think about the other parts of their future and how that might bleed into them not be able to sign certain other guys.
Yeah, what'd you think of Ballard's comments?
Which ones?
Just in the presser itself, just kind of talking about
You never can. You never gonna get nothing. If smart marks like me, you never gonna get nothing straight. A straight shooter, like you know what I'm saying, or get a whiff. Um, Again, he doesn't necessarily, you know what I'm saying. He knows the coach need to get better. He did say something about not getting quarterback right. He said this. That's the first thing I kind of heard him admit him that as the man in charge not getting quarterback right, whether it been, you know what I'm saying, bringing somebody in or making that trade with Wentz. That doesn't necessarily mean you Coach Nation was gonna get Stafford. That I don't necessarily think that it would have been better. I mean, what is that gonna be? I mean, Stafford's in and out of the lineup too now. You know what I'm saying? How much did that cost you know what I'm saying, Detroit? That was, you know what
right.
I mean? That was different. That was a different type of trade. What was they asking for the coach at the time? You know what I mean? But all right, the coach didn't have enough. I remember it now. The coach didn't have enough. They didn't have enough. What's the name to get Matthew Stafford? But Brandon, like he has to improve. He knows he has to improve this team and impact it offensively. You know what I'm saying? In his mind, he probably wants to get the offensive line a little bit younger and healthier. You know what I'm saying? But he'll get crucified. And even in Indianapolis media, if he picks another offensive lineman in the first round, he'll get crucified, bro. So I
As
think
he should.
I think they. I think they gotta pick an offensive player. They gotta pick a tight end. They gotta pick a wideout. That's in my mind. Hardcore people think the coach should take a cornerback. A cornerback that's going to this. I can't. I'm not. That's in my other notes, man. It's a cornerback from LSU that the coach that the people think the coach would be that his name would be there or whatnot. I ain't man. Like the coach got to score points
Yeah. Pacers about to take another L, down
to
6 with 3
to,
minutes to go.
to win beyond
How many you think he's got, Wimby? I'm looking at it now. How many would you
27.
say?
You got 27 on Miles Turner tonight. 27.
He's
I don't
got
even,
30 and 9 right
I was
now.
close. I was close.
What do you think Miles got?
13. 7.
14 and 9.
Come on, solid Miles, man. Role
Tyrese
player.
Halliburton, 4 of 14, 0 for 5.
Wasn't this night, man.
Uh, yeah. I'll tell you who's got the field goal 26 points, shooting 26 points, 13 of 15 from the field.
The homie Matherin?
Nope.
Who?
TJ McConnell,
Oh wow. Rock
13 of
solid.
15.
Rock solid.
A lot of layups
How
slash.
y'all lose? Come on. And Page is playing, they lost to the Spurs.
They're down 6, 3 minutes to go. I don't know if it's gonna.
Somebody better hit a three.
Well, now they're down 7.
McBuckets. McBucket. Damn, McBuckets.
uh, Knicks are beating the Cavs right now with 50 seconds to go. It
They
looks
need,
like
they
that's
need
gonna
to
be a
win.
wrap.
The Knicks need to win. They ain't won since.
Miami Heat are starting to surge, John, since that trade for Rozier.
And Jimmy Butler's putting out a daggone country music album, man. It's weird, man.
Him and Beyonce.
We're in a weird market, bro. I don't put no value. I don't really. I know you know what I'm saying. Our other sponsor, Mobile Custom Sport, they big Heat fans, man. I don't really put no value in Miami this year. I like some of the pieces they acquired over the offseason with the kid from UCLA and the trade. They play better, but like the East, they'll be competitive. But like I don't really. They're not in my radar. Top 3 radar now. Not for the East.
Um, yeah, I mean, right now the Celtics are 8.5 games up on the Cavs and Bucks. They've won 11 straight. Bucks have won 5 in a row. They've started to turn it around
They
themselves.
have, man. They have.
Orlando's won 3 in a row. Philly's won 2 in a row. The Knicks have lost 2. They're going to get the win. But yeah, Pacers, they just can't get it together right now. 6-4. I mean, they're up 6 games on the 9 seed, but you don't want to be in that play in, John. We talked about
No.
getting in that top 6.
Right.
So
Right.
right now they're officially 1 game back of 6. and game and a half back of fourth. So they're right there. It's going to be a battle at the end of the season. We both be in the season, even when DCOT said 40 wins. Somebody said more than 40. I don't know if it was you or DCOT. Somebody said,
It might have was Uncle Reg, man. He might have said
yeah, it
44.
might have been him. I
Yeah.
said 40 is what I had it at. So we're 6 away from that. And I can win my bet. So anything else, John, before we go? We went
Nah,
on
man.
we did an hour tonight.
Nah, man. I know, you know what I'm saying, in America, we was basketball heavy tonight, man. It's okay. Crossroad Sports will be back on Wednesday night. Bigger, better than ever. Talking about, you know what I'm saying, even more sports. Sports don't stop, y'all. It does not stop at all,
My
man.
wife
So
wished it did.
there you go.
I'll say that.
Sports don't stop, man. So we'll be back, you know what I'm saying? Because hell, we didn't talk about no racing. There was, you know what I'm saying, tonight, man. We didn't talk about uh, any of that, man. So and I know hell, there was golf. There was there today, PGA tonight, today either. So we'll probably catch up with some of that on Wednesday. Other than that, man, great talk, man. Great weekend update.
Yeah, we'll see y'all on Wednesday. Take care.